Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Luna Sync Tarot. Hello, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you have not subscribed, maybe you will consider doing so. Click the bell for notifications because I do lunar readings and also love readings for each sign for each month, and I do a pick a card probably once or twice a month. This particular pick a card is about your future where it comes to love, home, and career. And it's quite an elaborate pick a card reading. So get comfortable, grab a cup of tea or a fizzy water and whatever your drink is of choice, and get settled, and let's dig in here. Let's sync up. So take a minute and choose your pile. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, let's get started with pile number 1. This is a multi-layered pick a card reading about your future with regard to love, passion, home, and career. So let's get started here. Let us read, what are we going to read first? Let's read home first. This is your key card. Sorry, it's ripeness reversed. This is turning in, silence, and playfulness. How nice. This is about your home life, your home heart, your home relationships. So I get a sense that you won't settle down until you are quite ready to settle down, and it might be at a later time in your life. This ripeness card in reversed is really about waiting until you are quite ripe, until you are quite ready for something to happen. And there's not much you can do here except wait, because when you are ripe, when a piece of fruit is at the epitome of its ripeness, it naturally falls away. It falls from the tree, right? Just like this apple is doing here. Falling from the tree without much effort at all. So your home life, settling down into your home, to the home that's right for you, may come at a later time in your life. Your perfect home. Once you are settled, I see a great deal of peacefulness in your home life. The peacefulness is within you, and you bring this to your home life. And your home life also emanates this peacefulness. So it's a sort of peaceful within, peaceful without type of vibe going on here. You're able to, like all of us who have, drama, issues, emotional issues, trauma, we all get that just by being alive. But you're able to handle and contain and control all of that with this regular meditative practice that you have going on that really helps you to contain and control your emotions. And I get the sense that this peaceful energy, this meditative energy, permeates your home life. Look at the expression on her face, and look at the expression on the face of this card, silence. Can you see that? There we go. It's the same expression. As within, so without. Your home is a place that is very, very grounded for you. It has a grounding effect on you. And it's an anchor in your life. I get the sense also, obviously I get the sense because the card is here and it's very explicit, that you are very playful in your home. And maybe that comes through in your decor. Maybe that comes through in, again, the energy that sort of manifests itself in your home. But you have this sort of playful, quirky, eccentric, kind of just magical, innocent, free, open vibe to your home life, the energies in your home life. I also get the sense that you live alone in your home. Your home is really, like I said, it's your anchor, it's your grounding point. It's a place of solitude and solitary practice, but it's also a place of fun and playfulness and joy. Yeah, this is a beautiful home life. I want to point out that this is the key. The top card here is the key for the entire reading for your home. And that is that this space for you will come at the time when you are most ready. There's not much that you can do to force it. It's about divine timing. And it's something that's maturing. It's sort of, there's this maturation process that's taking place with regard to how you settle down into the home that's right for you. All right, let's move on to career, shall we? Here we have the key, which is the Hierophant. And then we have the Seven of Swords. We have it's the Seven of Wands, the Six of Swords, reversed. And we have the Six of Cups. We have two sixes here, which is about joyfulness and expansion and success and achievement. Then we have a 7, immediately followed by a 7. And then we have the 5, the Hierophant. I think that in your life, in your future, you will be somebody. There's two ways you can read this. This is your career again. You will be somebody that has a great spiritual practice in place, and you devote a lot of time and energy to developing your own personal code of ethics or your own spirituality. You guide others with your wisdom and your knowledge and your belief system. And it is an organizing principle for yourself in your career. It could also speak to being part of some sort of institution, like an academy or a religious system, a church, or a university, or some large company that really serves as your organizing principle in some fundamental way. But I don't know. I mean, I really feel like because of the cards that we had in your home life, that like deep meditation card, that peacefulness card, those cards of peacefulness and meditation and meditative practice, I think that whatever you're involved in the future with your vocation has to do with some sort of spiritual belief system. And you are guiding others with your strong belief system, your strong spirituality. We have the Seven of Wands, which I read as a card of leadership. Ultimately, it's a card of a leader stepping into his or her role and being challenged by others, which naturally will happen when you are in a position of leadership. And it's about successfully meeting that challenge and entertaining that challenge and welcoming that challenge and participating in that challenge. You know, great leaders are able to hear other people out and to meet the challenge and to incorporate other perspectives into their belief systems. And so I think this card speaks to you in your future career being in a position of leadership and holding a very strong stance. And by strong, I don't mean defensive or rigid. I mean a strong in the sense of able to accept and incorporate different perspectives so that the entire system becomes a system of strength. It becomes more powerful. And then we have the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. These two are interesting if you read them together. There is some influence from the past on your career. So whether it be that you had a parent that served in a very similar role as you, or a family member or somebody from the past taught you what you know, because we have these cards speak to the past to me very much so. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia for the past, or somebody from the past coming in again. I'm reading it as somebody from the past having some sort of influence on your career. The Six of Swords, when it's upright, it's about moving from a time of conflict into calmer waters and getting to a place of you're like the conflict is in the past and you've moved beyond it. Here, though, I get the sense that in order for you to navigate whatever conflict that may come up or navigate your career, you will, look at how she's looking at this man in the Seven of Wands. You will need to learn what to take with you and what to let go as you move through and navigate your career in the future. You'll need to learn like what's essential. What is essential to you in your career life? And what is it that you need to cut away, to let go, so that you can move into these calm, peaceful waters? Your home life speaks to somebody who is deeply rooted in a place of peace. And these waters are also very meditative, calm, peaceful waters. So part of the challenge in your career, in your vocation, is learning how to take the essential with you, leave the rest behind, and to meet the challenges that come your way with grace and with acceptance and with openness and with this ultimate sense of like, I welcome and value all of the perspectives, and diversity of perspectives is important, and I use that, or I incorporate that into my leadership style, and I incorporate that into my practice, into my business, into my company, into my way, because it strengthens it, because it's a point of strength. So there's something from the past in your career. I get the sense that it's a family member from the past that is influencing your career in some way. Either they kind of taught you what you know, or there's some sort of influence there from the past. And one of the challenges in your career is to assume this leadership role and to be challenged and accept that in a very graceful way from a place of grounded strength. All right, that's your career, your vocation and your career. Now let's look at your love life. Let's look at passion. Let's look at love. We have the Three of Pentacles. That's the key. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Cups. All right. Whatever connection so this connection in your future is a fundamental, important connection. It's one that you can't easily walk away from. And I don't know that you need to, but it's one that just, it sticks around. And I say that because of the Eight of Cups in reversed. Let's look at this. Upright, it's a woman who's resisting the advances of this man, of this suitor. In traditional tarot, it's the card of walking away from something very foundational, something very fundamental, something you've worked very hard on. And it's sort of a final emotional letting go. I get the sense that this love connection is one that you are not going to walk away from. It's a lasting love connection. The Three of Pentacles and the key speaks to the fact that this connection is about collaboration. He is willing to collaborate with her, and she is willing to collaborate with him, and together they assume a perfect balance in a most unlikely sort of position, right? Because he's holding her in sort of an awkward position, but they're completely balanced with one another because they're working together. Their energies are working together to balance out. It's the Three of Pentacles, and that is the key. Then we have the Ace of Swords. This is really interesting because it's about power play. And this man in this card, in the Ace of Swords, is submissive and vulnerable, and she is the one who is in a position of control and power. And I get the sense that this is about that exchange of power and control. It's not just about her dominating him all of the time. I think it's about exploring those aspects within yourself inside of your relationship with this person. And ultimately, this connection, this sexual connection, passionate love connection, is ultimately consensual. You have the collaboration card here, and then you have the Four of Pentacles here, which is about letting go. It's about offering and giving consent. Like whatever you're doing here, inside of your love, inside of your passionate relationship, is consensual between both parties. It's equal, it's balanced. There's a letting go, there's an acceptance, there's a receptivity inside of this passionate love connection. It's really quite beautiful. And then finally, as an organizing principle, let's pull back all the keys. How about that? So we have this is one of the keys. This is the key for home. And this is the key for career. And then finally, I pulled a medicine card for you, and you got the antelope. The antelope is about taking action. So I get the sense that it's very easy for you to sort of get solitudinal, become the hermit, work on yourself, be quiet, be meditative. You're very comfortable with all of that energy. And the advice for you, though, is to, from that place of grounded energy, from that place of strength that you do so well to cultivate in your home life, in your career, and even in your love partnerships, remember to take action. Remember to use that grounded energy to take action and manifest, right? So let's look at the keys again one more time. There's divine timing at play in your home life. You will not settle down until the time is right, and it may come later in your life. In your career, you are using your inner wisdom, your knowledge, your spiritual code of ethics to guide others in some strong and powerful way. And in your love relationship, you are partnered with somebody who is wanting and very willing and very able to collaborate with you. There is an equal exchange of energy here, and it's about equality, it's about giving, it's about receiving, and it's about really meeting one another where you're at. So, wow, pile number one. You really, kind of really have an ideal future, destiny, pick a card reading here with your home and your career and your love life. The only advice that is given is that make sure, don't forget, to take action, to use some of that juicy, grounded energy to manifest and take action around what it is that you're grounding, to use that energy to manifest in your life. I hope you enjoyed this pick a card reading. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, and follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. All right, leave a comment below. Take good care. Hello, pile number two. Welcome back. Welcome to LunaSync Tarot. Today, we're doing a multi-layered pick a card reading about your future love, your future home, and your future career. If you like this reading, hit the like button. Also remember to subscribe to my channel. I do lunar readings and love readings for each sign for each month, and click the bell so that you can get notified when those readings become available. You can also follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. All right, let's sync up. Let's take a look at your pile here. We're going to look at home first. Let's see. This is the key to your home. It's totality. We have projections, which is the Seven of Cups. Let me make sure this is in the frame here. Yeah. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is the burden in this card, or in this deck. And then we have the Hierophant, which is nothingness or no-thingness in this deck. All right. I think there's going to be 3 people living in your home. It might be you, your partner, and another child, or a child. Not to say that your partner is a child. It could be. Or it could be you and 2 children. But there's this sense of interdependence between the 3 of you. You're all interdependent on one another. Inside of your home relationships, there is quite a bit of projection going on. Nobody is really seeing who each one of you actually is. Everybody is sort of projecting their expectations onto one another. You want something, and it's like, projections are hard, right? It's like when you get into your head and your past experiences start to inform your present in a way that is ephemeral and inappropriate. It's about not being present in the present moment and really paying attention to who the person is and what they're saying and what they're doing. It's more about projecting your expectations or projecting your past experiences on other people. And it usually happens with the people that you're intimately involved with, right? And it's super easy to do, and we all do it with one another. And it takes a great deal of practice to become aware when that's happening. But I get the sense in your home that there's a lot of expectation and projected expectation on one another, especially in where it comes to the person who's living in your home that you're intimately connected with, your adult partner. Also, there is a sense of, this really kind of ties in with the expectation, but not only, so it's like this internal expectation. Everybody has that inner tyrant. The inner tyrant that's like, work harder, you're not doing enough, do it better, go stronger, do it more, get up that hill. I don't care if you're tired. I want you to meet my expectation, and I want you to get me what it is that I want, right? So that's this tyrant on the back of this very, very tired man. And on top of the tyrant is this cock, right? Which is like symbolic of the ego. The ego is all about like, get more, do more, be more, never satisfied. And that energy is permeating your home at this time in the future. The card of nothingness is really about that place in between birth and death where anything is possible. It's a place of pure potential. Nothing has formed yet. Nothing that we can sense, nothing that we can see, taste, smell, hear. It's a complete void of pure potential. I don't know how to read this with the rest of these cards necessarily. I'm hoping that it means something for you. I mean, if you just take a step back and you look at this card with the rest, it feels kind of bleak, doesn't it? It's completely black and it's nothingness. Like there's nothing here for you. It's not what you wanted. All right, let's move on and let's see if some of the other cards for your love and for your career will inform some of this, because this is pretty intense for your home life. All right, next let's look at your career. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. We have the Justice card. Maybe you're involved in the legal system in some way. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands together here in the same reading. And we have the Justice card and the Five of Wands. This is very Wands heavy. So I think whatever your career is in the future, it is something that you feel passionate about and you're willing and able to work extremely hard for. It does feel like a burden to a certain extent. Look at this man carrying these wands on his back. And remember that we had the burden in your home life as well. So I'm just going to leave this out here because we have two cards that are the same that sort of showed up. The Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands speak to being almost there, having a lot of responsibility, carrying a lot of responsibility, being almost at the finish line, feeling very fatigued, feeling very tired, doing it all yourself in the name of your passion. I do feel like you're passionate about whatever vocation you're doing. It's just that it's kind of off balance, right? It's just really intense and there's a lot of energy here and there's a lot of responsibility on you and you're feeling fatigued by it. It makes you feel a little bit fatigued. The key or the challenge, I think, is learning how to pursue your passion and stay in balance so that you're not constantly entertaining this place of fatigue and hyper responsibility and burden. I wonder if you're not involved in the legal system in some way or potentially fighting on behalf of some issue that you are trying to gain justice around. So you could be involved in the nonprofit sector. You could be an advocate for people, vulnerable people that have experienced injustice in their lives in some way. And then finally, the Five of Wands speaks to conflict and change. It speaks to people testing their skills out on one another. In the reversed, it's about it's like an amplification of that energy. It's really about competition. And if you are involved in the legal system, I can see how this would apply very well. It really is sort of an argument or a competition. Everybody has their viewpoint. Everybody's advocating with a different wand, and they're competing against one another. So this is your career spread here. Let's move on to your love life. Your love, your passion. Let's see what's going on there. All right, in the position of the key, we have the Three of Swords. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Hierophant, which we pulled. Oh, we pulled that for your home. The Hierophant reversed. And then we have the Three of Cups. There are two threes in this reading for your love. And I just want to go back and look at the commonalities here for your home and for your work. Where are the cards for your home? Nope, that was the wrong one. Here they are. You have another 5 too. You have 3 5s. So here is the 5 that showed up in your home spread. Here's the 5 in reverse. They're both the Hierophant card. And then we have 2 3s in this reading here for your love life. And the Three of Swords is about a betrayal. This is the key. There's some sort of betrayal of the heart in love and passion. The Three of Cups here is about a third-party situation. I get the sense that somebody in the future or somebody in the past, there's been some sort of betrayal that informs your love relationship in the future. It could be a betrayal that happens in the future. I hate to say that, but we have the 2 3s here, which speak of betrayal and third-party situation. I get the sense that somebody's cheated on you before, and that really, that experience really informs your love relationships. or this particular love relationship that we're reading about now involves a betrayal of that sort. The King of Pentacles is somebody who's very stagnant. He has a lot around him in terms of wealth and abundance, but he's also pretty rigid. In the reverse, he can be very rigid, he can be very boring, he can be very stuck. He could be set in his ways and set in his thinking, and he can be very stingy. He has a lot of abundance around him, but he's not so willing to share. He's a very established person. I'm using the term he, but I'm only using that term he because it's masculine energy. It could go both ways. It could be a woman who is also embodying this very stagnant, rigid, sort of a stingy, selfish type behavior. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse, which speaks to an abuse of power. So the Hierophant is somebody who, in the upright, who really listens to their own spiritual code of ethics as a way to guide their behavior. And they also lead others. They lead others with that wisdom. In the upright, it's a positive expression of spiritual strength and guidance. In the reverse, in the corrupted position, it is an abuse of that type of power. So look at the Hierophant here. This is a very spiritual person, a religious person at least, who has taken these two lovers who are obviously a lot younger than him, probably less experienced than him, and they are naked and he's robed, and there seems to be some sort of exploitation scenario occurring here. So I don't know if you're involved with somebody like that, somebody who has a great deal of power, has a lot of wealth and abundance surrounding them, and they do not share. They're not very generous. They're not coming from a place of generosity, emotional generosity, and they are in fact abusing their position, abusing their power to a certain extent here to take many lovers. I get the sense it's somebody in your home because we have the Hierophant that shows up in your love reading, and we have the Hierophant that shows up in your home reading. So that is your love reading. Let's pull the keys for each reading. For the love reading, we had the Three of Swords. Let's put that over here because we read that last. Let's pull the keys for your home. Totality. There again, okay, so again, there's three involved here. There's a third influence in your home life, and there's a third influence in your love life in the future. And then we have, what's the key? What was the key for your career? Oh, it was the Nine of Wands reversed, feeling very fatigued by responsibility, by your own personal passion, your career. Your career is sort of exhausting, even though you love it. Let's get these squared away. All right, so I also pulled a medicine card for you. And we pulled the porcupine. So let's read about the porcupine. I like to pull these medicine cards as a way to seek advice about how to move forward through a situation. They are great synthesizers of the reading. So they seem to synthesize all of the cards in a very sort of succinct and concise way. So that's why I pulled this card for you. It does seem like in the future you will need to rely on your inner guidance because it looks like a bit of a challenging read. So let's read Porcupine and see what it has to say to us. Porcupine has many special qualities and a very powerful medicine, the power of faith and trust. The power of faith contains within it the ability to move mountains. The power of trust in life involves trusting that the Great Spirit has a divine plan. Your task is to find the pathway that is the most beneficial for you and that uses your greatest talents to further that plan. Trust can open doorways to the creation of space. The space thus created allows others to open their hearts to you and to share their gifts of love, joy, and companionship. Through understanding the basic nature of porcupine, you may come to understand your own need for trust and faith and for becoming like a child again. In today's society, this is a needed reminder to honor the wonder of life and the appreciation of each new day as an adventure of discovery. In choosing the porcupine card, you've given yourself a gentle reminder not to get caught in the chaos of the adult world, where fear, greed, and suffering are commonplace. The medicine in this card is that of relief from seriousness and severity. Open your heart to those things that give you joy. Remember the preciousness of fantasy and imagination and the making of some game or toy from nothing but scraps. Honor the playfulness of spirit that lets everyone win. Yeah. So when I look at porcupine, I see an animal that's like heavily defended. Look at all those quills, right? But at the same time, the essence, the spirit of porcupine is innocent and playful and trusting and has faith. So this is a situation that you will need to rely on both. Rely on your defenses and contain and maintain and hold on to that inner sense of playfulness and trust and faith, and guard that and really employ that as you navigate this challenging situation that is facing you now and in the future. I hope this reading was helpful to you. If you like it, hit the like button. I'm wishing you all the best in the future. If you have a suggestion for a pick-a-card reading, please feel free to leave that down in the comment, and also comment on whether this resonated with you or not. I hope you have a beautiful summer. Take good care, and yeah, good luck with everything. Pile number 3. Welcome to this multi-layered pick-a-card reading that will speak to your future in love, in home, and in career. Let's sync up and get started. If you like this reading, please make sure to hit the like button. You can subscribe to my channel. I do lunar readings, love readings for each sign for each month. And make sure to click the bell for notifications so that you get those readings as they come available. You can also follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. All right, here. This is the key to your home spread. The key to your home. It's letting go. We have the outsider, which is the 5 of Pentacles. We have abundance in reverse. And we have past lives. Wow. There's some stuff from the past, maybe from your childhood, your past home life, that you will be working out in your future home life. It could be stuff from the past that serves as an obstacle, stuff that you need to work through in order to have the home life that you want to have. I don't know that you want to have like the traditional home life. I don't get that sense. Like there's sort of a letting go of, this traditional sense of home. And also letting go of these past situations, or this idea that home represented for you in your childhood. There's definitely a working through of something from the past that has made you feel like you're on the outside, like you don't belong, like you don't have enough, like I'm breathing because I resonate with that message as well. It's a terrible thing to grow up as a child and feel like you don't belong, to feel like your home is not really a home. it doesn't belong to you. It doesn't feel like home for whatever reason. Whatever is going on inside of your home made you feel like you were on the outside, like you didn't get that sort of sense of comfort and stability that home typically represents for many people. And so in the future, there will be a working through of this sense, this feeling like you have this lack, this poverty, this sense of poverty, this sense of lack, this sense of feeling on the outside that I think you've been working through for many lives, not just this life, but many past lives, where you're really trying to work through this issue with regard to home. This card of abundance in reverse, it's the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like this feeling makes you think that you can't have everything that you want. It's like you don't even acknowledge that you want it, except for in some very rare moments. It's really deeply ingrained. And with the Eight of Cups, or the letting go in the key, I understand that you walk away a lot. You walk away a lot because it might be easier than admitting what it is that you really, really, really want, and potentially triggering this sense of feeling like you're on the outside of it and you can never have it. This is a past life situation, and it needs attention where it comes to your home life. Let's move on to career. The key for career is transformation or death in reverse. Let me make sure I have that in the frame. We have the Three of Cups. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. The King of Cups and the Four of Cups are in reverse. Reversed, in the contrary. Okay. So, in your career, in your future vocation, there's a resistance to change. That's the key, is resistance to change. I do see that you're going to be collaborating with others. You might be partnering with at least 2 other people or 3 other people to bring this thing that you're focused on in terms of career and vocation into fruition. And I see that it's a joyful, celebratory collaboration. The King of Cups in reverse speaks to somebody who is in a position of leadership, but their emotions get in the way of leading effectively. And then the Four of Cups in the reverse is, in the upright, it's about missing out on opportunities, right? There's this divine cup coming out of the sky, and this page here, this person here, doesn't even really see it. That's in the upright. In the reverse, I get the sense that you are, through your vocational path, you're beginning to pick up on the very subtle opportunities as they come available to you. But there's still this resistance to transformation and change. I understand that your vocation is a catalyst, can be a catalyst for great transformation, personal transformation, and also just physical, tangible transformation in your life. But there's either you're not quite attuned to that, or you're resisting that in some way. And the call here is to make sure that you understand that opportunities will be coming your way, and they may not be so explicit, right? So just opening yourself up to receiving those opportunities and to becoming more aware of the possibility or the idea that opportunities sometimes come in strange ways. They don't often look like opportunities. Maybe they look like a challenge. Maybe they look like, I don't know what but there's some sort of like you're not seeing the opportunities, or there's this opportunity for you to become more aware of offerings as they come toward you in the future where it comes to vocation and career. This King of Cups in the reverse concerns me a little bit. I don't know if it speaks to your energy or if it speaks to somebody surrounding you in this vocational path, but it's somebody that you can kind of never get a straight answer out of. They always want to please others. They want to take care of the emotional needs of others. It's sort of a codependent, sort of passive energy, sometimes passive aggressive energy. It's like this King of Cups in reverse has a really difficult time with being direct, and hesitates to use his status to lead, because he wants to make sure that everybody is emotionally taken care of, right? He doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And that's not often helpful where it comes to career and vocation and positions of power, right? That can be very detrimental. So be on the lookout for this guy, and possibly for some of these aspects inside of yourself. I don't know which way it's going to be going. But in the future in your career, I do see you having a very joyful, celebratory collaboration with others. And there will be joy inside of your vocational path. There's just some challenges here to overcome. All right, let's move on to your love spread. What's up for love for you in the future? This is pile number 3. Okay, what do we have here? Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. I had to remember what order these were in. This is the 6 of Cups reversed. Which one was? I think this was the 7 of Cups reversed was the key. We have the King of Cups reversed. Oh, we have the King of Cups over here as well in your career. Remember I said keep an eye out for this guy. And then we have the Queen of Cups. All of these cards are in the reverse. They're in the contrary position. I'm going to pull these over so they're in the frame. And again, pretty heavy on the cups. Same with your career spread. Check this out. In your career, oh, you can't see that. In your career, you had the King of Cups reversed, you had the 3 of Cups, and you had the 4 of Cups. In your home, you had the 8 of Cups as your key, and then you had some other cards that were not cups. So this whole spread, the home, the career, the love, is pretty cups heavy, if you think about it. That's about emotions, it's about feelings, it's about creativity. The 7 of Cups reversed, the key for your love and passion, your love relationship, is making that one choice. The key is being very definitive, quite the opposite of the King of Cups in reversed. Quite the opposite. He is not definitive. He's watery, he's emotional. It's hard to pin him down. It's really difficult to kind of understand where he's coming from or what he's saying, because he's not very direct. He could be kind of confusing. So the key here for the 7 of Cups reversed is making that one choice in love that best serves you for your highest good. And using that choice as your guiding principle in love and relationship. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This can be a very emotional woman. She has a lot of emotion. She allows her emotion to rule her, to inform every movement and every decision that she makes. And in the reversed, this is a very stormy, emotional person who can sometimes be very melancholic and have a lot of big emotions that are difficult to contain. Not very balanced emotionally. The King of Cups, we already talked about the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is in a position of leadership. he has leader status, but he doesn't assume leadership responsibility. And he sort of lacks the qualities and the character that would make him a very effective leader. And then finally we have the Six of Cups in reversed. Whatever love you have in the future is probably a love that you're familiar with right now. It's somebody from the past, or it's like feelings of nostalgia around love, like thinking about past love relationships, and preferring to think about past love relationships instead of like actually manifesting what it is that you want. It's really stuck in the past and reminiscing, and I think that in addition to making the one choice for yourself, the one definitive choice in love, this will serve as your challenge as well, and that is coming out of this sort of fantasy world that you might occupy around love and relationships. And it seems like you would prefer to think about the past and to reminisce about the past and live in the past where it comes to love, but it is something that you need to let go of in order to make this one definitive decision about love in your future. All right, I pulled a medicine card for you. I like these medicine cards because they serve as sort of organizing principles for the entire reading. They really synthesize the reading well. And the card that we pulled was the Raven reversed. So let's read about the Raven. Drink of water, my throat's dry. 16. Raven is about magic. Raven reversed is not to be taken lightly. It can mean that the boomerang is coming home. If you've wished harm to another, beware. You've asked for this harm to teach you in turn what it feels like. If you have not been wishing evil on another, contrary Raven might be bringing you a warning that you are not equipped to move into another level of consciousness until you have mastered the one you are currently working with. On yet another level, Raven may be telling you that you've forgotten the magic of life and have settled into a mundane rut. If this rut suits you and you do not want to experience the extraordinary magic in your life, ask Raven to fly through your dreams and give you a taste of its medicine. If you do, you may never be the same again. Contrary Raven may also portend a time of smoky, confused messages that you cannot see or hear because your intellect is insisting that magic is not real. If you cannot imagine or pretend due to your lack of faith in magic or miracles, healing cannot take place. Raven may be pecking at the door to your consciousness, but you will not receive unless you clear the smoke and seek the other realms of imagination and awareness where magic lives. To right the contrary Raven, you may need to seek a trained shaman to clear the energy field you have created. You might need to block some negative energy sent by another person or cancel the harm you wished on someone else. Keep it clean. This is the message when the magic moves into smoky shadow. Seek healing and a clearing of intention, then reach for the stars and honor Mother Earth and all other living things. Fill yourself with the magic of being alive and call Raven to teach you the proper way of using energy. Ground that energy so that manifestation of magic can occur. Do this in love and simplicity. Raven will tell you this magical truth. Never go beyond that which you have prepared and trained for. Life is good, so use the magic to aid the entire family of Earth. Yeah, so Raven, in that last message there, speaks to a time of smoky, confused messages. And I don't mean to harp on the King of Cups in reverse, but he came up twice in your reading. And the King of Cups in reverse is really about confusing messages. It's like somebody who's not, he's not direct. He sends out very confusing messages. He's hard to understand. And the King of Cups is in your career, your vocation, and he's also in your love reading. So it could be somebody that you're emotionally and intimately involved with that's also a part of your vocational path, your career path. And quite honestly, he's not helpful to you in that way. Like, he's not, it could be you. It could be you coming from this place of like, you're in a position of leadership, but you don't quite know how to lead, right? You're more concerned with taking care of other people's emotions than you are with making definitive decisions and speaking in a very clear and direct way. It could be that that's the energy that's surrounding you. Somebody else is bringing that energy into your love and vocation, or your love and career life. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, and follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful life, and check back in for pick a card readings in the future. Take good care.